Hello everyone. So what is happening with crypto? We had this major crash. We all know about it. We were looking to everyone. Was it to blame with China? Was it to blame with Elon? Was it the whales to blame? Who knows? There are so many theories going out there. But on today's rundown, I'm going to tell you why you don't need to panic yet. I'm going to also talk about a model that you may or may not heard of called the Wyckoff Model, and also the question on everyone's lips: is the bull run over? So if this sounds like something you're interested in and you want to learn about, stay tuned and let's get into the video. So don't panic yet. Why have I put this as today's top rundown? Because whether you've got the time to look at all of this video or not, the most important information that I want to send out to people at this moment in time, which I've been reading on all the socials, on my own, on other people's, in the forums, the groups that I'm in, everyone is panicking. Everyone is reading so much news. It's like anything. When you have a small illness, you Google that illness, and then all of a sudden your old arms dropping off or your old legs dropping off. You know, Google tells you all the most craziest, scary things. But as we know, and as we like to do on this channel, is we stick to the facts. And the facts are going to come up in sort of what I think and what I've been saying all the way through these videos, that the whales are manipulating the market. Now, we're going to move on now to the Wyckoff model. So, the Wyckoff model. What is it? Well, I'm going to show you on the screen in a moment, but I want to give sort of like a dummies rundown quickly as I can, because I don't want this video to be too long, of what the Wyckoff model is. The Wyckoff model is a model that Wyckoff put together back in sort of like the mid 1920s, because he was fed up with people getting ripped off within the market and the big investors taking advantage and milking us, the retail investors, and taking all our cash. So he put out this Wyckoff model. Well, he made the model, hence why the Wyckoff model, to sort of give us a head at the game, or an insight to how these whales manipulate the market. Now, you can believe this model, you cannot believe this model, but one thing I can guarantee and absolutely put all my reputation, my heart on the line, is whales manipulate markets. I've been in the investment market for over 10 years now. I've spoke to the whales. I've witnessed it firsthand, how these whales manipulate the market. I've been in trading myself, and I've been sort of in scopes where markets have been manipulated. And we in crypto, and everyone in crypto, we are so excited when new institutional money, smart money, and all that FUD comes in. But with it comes the problems. It is like having a big tank, the crypto tank of water, with all the nice retail crypto people in there that have been in there the past, or the clownfish, or the nice angelfish, and then boom, you drop in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sharks, and then sharks are just swirling and swirling and swirling, waiting for the right moment to pick off their prey. Because as you know, and as you see it in America with the similar to the Dragon Den we had here, what's it called? Shark Tank. Because that is what it is. And with the institutional money comes the problems. So let's jump into this excuse me, chart of Wyckoff, and I'll just explain it a little bit, and you can look at the Bitcoin chart yourself. And the Bitcoin chart is playing to exactly how this, I mean, I'm not going to say exactly as some famous YouTubers say, exactly as I predicted, because that's just bloody annoying. So this is the model. So this is where the sort of like Tesla phase came in. We've been down here, it's even further down here. We was sort of Tesla's around here, but it was accumulating. Then the smart money started to come in. So what they do is the preliminary supply, which is the large interest, begin to unload shares in quantity after pronounced up move, which was when we seen Bitcoin start to do that parabolic move. Then we had that crash in March where it sort of reconsolidated itself, and then bang, we went up a little bit. Then we had another dip. I've not got the Bitcoin chart up at the moment, but I can sort of just if I just do this, these are the stages. You can see here, we had the crash, we're up, we had the crash, and then come back up. So they're the kind of, this is the area, you see, here, and then, excuse me, then we went back up in March and then had the other crash. So have a look at this chart, just memorize it a little bit, and then I'm going to now click back into the chart, and you see here, it's playing exactly how it is. Then we went up to sort of like the UT stage, and as you can see on here, and I'll just go down on here, the UT stage, which is the up thrust after the distribution. So we had the up thrust stage, right? So we'll come back to the model here, and Bitcoin topped out, it had its 63,000, and then it started dropping, and sort of started dropping, and it went back up, and then it consolidated sideways. And I'll show you quickly on the chart. I mean, you can believe me in this or not, but you see here, it dropped after the all-time high, started consolidating, which exactly as this model does, and then boom. So this is the stage we're in now, the LPSY stage, and now it's dropping and dropping. So if this, so far the Bitcoin model has played out to exactly this, right? Now look this up and you'll see for yourself. I'm just highlighting this to you, and I firmly believe in this because I know whales manipulate the market. Yes, there's influence of panic when China are banning the cryptocurrency, not because it's bad, not because anything, because they want to create their own and they want to manipulate their market. Typical what China do. Sorry for the China fans out there, but you know yourself, China manipulates its own market. Okay, off topic a little bit. If you don't believe in that, just Google what's happening to the Alibaba guy who created that. So here you'll see we're in this stage where we've sort of come down, we had a little retest, and we've started to have another little dump. Now if we go back to the chart, you see we've came down, we crashed, we went back up, and now we're having another little dump. You see, it's playing out exactly as this predicted. Now the reason why I say don't panic, because of the fear and the FUD, and I'm going to go on to the last part of today's rundown. Is the bull market over? I'll explain a bit more why, but I think we're going to see a bit more downside. So that's why I want to make this emergency video, and I want to get it out to as many people as can, because I know a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people saying buy the dip, and when it first crashed I did buy the dip because I knew it'd shoot back up, which was part of the flash crash. I can honestly say, it's not financial advice, but just me now, the 30 to 50% profits I made on that flash crash, I've taken out already, only because I firmly believe that this model could happen. I mean, we've not got a crystal ball, but I'm 80% sure this kind of thing's playing out, just because I've seen the way the Bitcoin charts and markets are. You know, it's played out so far absolutely pan to this. And whether you believe me or not, I think most of the investing people out there know that the whales are manipulating the market. Now, yes, they're trying to take a lot of our retail money, which is their bread and butter, but because, in my opinion, crypto is such a new market to them, they want to sort of like peacock, and sort of, if you don't know what peacock it means, just Google it. When sort of, you know, people peacock, they want to show their strength, their hands, right? So they are battling to outsmart each other. It's like Wolf of Wall Street, or it's like Billions, if you've ever watched that. Each sort of hedge fund or whale wants to outsmart the other one. You know, they want to be, you know, top dog on the block, on the new crypto block. They know crypto's here to stay. They know crypto's fantastic, and they want to control it. They want to have it all to themselves. And a bit like what happens with the conventional stock markets, you want the top players, and then the layers and layers and layers down, filter down to us lot. So wanted to keep this nice and quick. I said don't panic yet, because obviously nothing's certain. Bitcoin's still in a place where it could bounce up. There's been indicators to say that, you know, we could go a little bit more bullish. So I just want to air your caution. My advice to myself, and if you want to follow me, what it does, I'm not buying this dip just because I believe this model's playing out and it could dip down further. So lastly, we'll come on to the big question on everyone's lips. Is the bull run over? My personal honest opinion is no. And the reason is just simple why I feel the bull run is not over yet is I believe firmly as an investor and as the guy was saying about these distribution models that are designed to the whales to manipulate, and also in sort of hindsight of I'm a believer in charts guy and very technical analysis is I believe in a stock to flow model. Plan B's stock to flow model I firmly believe is playing out absolutely perfect as well. What that stock to flow model could not have predicted, and obviously it does predict because you know Bitcoin's like gold, it's a capped asset, you know, and what it couldn't have predicted is how quickly and how volatile the whales would manipulate the market. So we're going to see massive corrections in there. But I think once, even if this Wyckoff model pays out, once it goes down, there'll be a consolidation phase. Now, consolidation phase primarily in cryptocurrency has been years, or a year to 2 year, and then we start seeing the green shoots of the spring, summer of the bull run. I think with this one, it is going to be months. I think we're going to see a downtrend. It could be a few months that they're consolidating, and then we could see a parabolic move up where Bitcoin gets to that 100,000 sort of dollar mark. And there's two reasons why I believe this. One was which I just told you. I think Plan B's stock to flow model is absolutely going to play out perfectly, as is the Wyckoff model playing out, in my opinion, very perfectly. But what comes with both of them is the whales are not over yet. They are manipulating the market and taking the money, but in my opinion, they know there's more money to be had there, because yeah, they're taken out as retail guys, and you see a lot of people crying on Instas and Twitters and YouTubes and Telegrams saying they've lost the left arm, the right kidney and all this lot in the investments, but they've not outsmarted each other enough yet. And I still think there's a lot of money, there's still a lot of smart people out there. All I'm saying is just air of caution. I told you in the last video I'm going to start making more of these educational videos to try and make these new people in the market not fear as much and try and get an idea what's going on. I spend absolutely hours and hours of my time researching. I reach out to people. I'm talking to people in the area. I send so many emails a day asking people's opinions. I collaborate with them offline. I've not collaborated with them online yet, which I will do shortly. And I speak to the industry people out there, and I see what's going on. And if you have a listen to the Bloomberg stories, the Yahoo Finance or whatever, and you look in the space, the top investors say crypto's volatile and there could be a crash and there could be tears. Only because these top investors know about things like this Wyckoff model and they know the way whales manipulate it. So this is something to be cautious of. It's not something to be panicking about. It's not something to fear. What it will do is people getting into these trash kind of crap coins, when these crashes happen, you're the ones that are going to get hurt the quickest. But when the hype and the FOMO comes in, you're the ones that are going to make the gains quickest. So if you're looking to day trade and do quick investments, that's when you're going to have to be careful with these FOMO trash kind of coins. If you're looking to be in crypto long term, you've got to know about this stuff. You've got to know about who manipulates the markets, how the markets get manipulated, and what you can do to sort of, you know, arm yourself against this kind of rubbish. So let's just go over today's rundown quickly. Don't panic yet because Bitcoin's not started falling right out its arse. The Wyckoff model, look it up. There's a couple of people online that sort of go through it in a lot more detail than I do. I don't have time in this video, unfortunately. But look it up and see if you're a firm believer of it. And last but not least, a question on everyone's lips, is the bull run over? No, I think it's going to go into hibernation a little bit, and as some people say, there might be a mini bear run market within the bull run, but as a whole, even if you look as a whole on these weekly and daily charts, we're not fully in a downtrend. And I still think the stock to flow model that Plan B put out is one of the best things I've ever seen in this crypto space, and it's going to play out absolutely to the T, as is, in my opinion, this Wyckoff thing that's absolutely played out in not just crypto but markets all over the world. So it has been a bit of a brain overload, this video, and if you've watched till the end, I really appreciate it. You know, smash that like button, subscribe, get that bell notification if you want to be starting to stay ahead in the game of people that you don't want to have to do the research yourself. You might not know where to do the research. That's why I come in, doing the hours and hours of research, talking to the people, giving absolutely priceless advice. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people might say in the comments and things because they don't want to hear it, and telling someone something they don't want to hear is never good. So they might trash it down a little bit. But all I am saying is, this is my opinion. This is what I believe. This is what keeps my portfolios from dropping into the hell. And always do a little bit of research yourself. I'm not going to be one of these that say at the end of it, I did tell you, or I've always said take profits, but really I've been telling you to buy the dips. Do you know what I mean? Because you'll find a lot of YouTubers say, buy the dips when it crashes. And then when it's gone up and it's crashed, they said, well, we told you to take profits. It's so confusing. So let's just stick to what we know, and that's technical analysis, facts. Markets are moving. If they're moving up, you should be sort of like selling on the way up, and if they're moving down, you should be buying on the way down. If you believe on that we're still in a bull run and that we're still gonna buy these dips. But this dip isn't like a dip like no other. This is a crash that's coming out to this Wyckoff phase. So please have a look at it. Please invest smart. Keep your money as safe as you can. We all want to make money in this space, and we all don't want to get wrecked. So everyone, please just invest smart. Stay safe. I'm Christian. This is Crypto Ripto, and don't get wrecked.